Hi, in this video, you may find out how to harmonize a simple and basic chord progression 1-4-5-1 with the bass given. I will show you 3 different soprano lines and help you make corrections when you come across consecutives or overlapping of voices. A simple chord progression or basic chord progression includes tonic chord, which acts like a home, and also the subdominant chord, which is like we are going to work or study in school. And 5 chord dominant, which means we have recreation time, go out for shopping or go to amusement park. There is a saying that we need to balance between work and rest, or alternate work with rest and recreation. So we may have 1-4-5 that is going from home, then go to work or study, then back to home. Or we can have 1-5-1, start from home, then go out for recreation, and back to home again. But if we want to make balance between work and rest, then we can make 1-4-5-1. That is going from home, go out to work or study, then have some recreation time, but remember to go back home. Now let's look at some musical example. Here is F major. We have the bass 1-4-5-1 given. Then the next step, we will choose a melody, which is in the soprano. This time I choose the root as the soprano. Then the do will remain the do, which is in 4 chord, B flat D F. So keep the same note, and the do will go down to the leading note E, then back to the tonic. So this is my first choice of soprano. Then the next step is to fill in the inner parts. The first chord is F, A, C, and we double the root. So F is in the bass, and now the F is in the soprano. So I need an A and C. So start with A in the alto and C tenor, F, F, A, C. Next chord is 4, B flat, D, F, B flat, B flat, D, F. Then I have to check horizontally and make sure there's no consecutive. 4-5, 5 is C, E, G. So it's double the root, C, C, E, G. Then I will check horizontally that every part is going down. And remember, we have a solfege map. 4-5 is going down, 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 up. So there's no parallels here. Then finally is the leading note goes to tonic in the soprano. Then the inner part will be G goes to A. Resolve to the nearest possible note and keep the same note. So it looks fine for every part. Now let's listen to it. The second choice for my soprano is like this. The first A is the third of the tonic chord. Then after the A, I will go to the nearest possible note. It sounds like Mi goes to Fa. And this Fa goes down quite a big leap. It is the leading note goes to tonic, Ti Do. There is a hymn entitled How Great Thou Art. The final 4 notes are like this. How great thou art. Let's look at the inner part. Check vertically, the first chord is F, F, A, C. Then go to 4 chord, B flat, D, F. So all the doublings are correct. 5 chord, C, C, E, G. All the notes are here. And the final one, F, F, A, C. So if we check vertically, all the notes are there and the doublings are all correct, but we need to check horizontally. The first chord, 1-4, keep the same note in the alto, Then the C resolved to the nearest possible note. Then we double check each part. Soprano, alto, soprano, tenor, soprano, bass. There's no parallels. Alto to tenor, alto, bass. There's no parallels. And then tenor, bass, no parallels. 4 to 5, although we have a solfege map called down, 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 up, but we still have a mistake that is called overlapping. We can see the E is lower than the previous F. So this part we called overlapping. Although in Bach's chorale, he used some overlapping of voices, but as a student, when we prepare exams, we are not encouraged to do this overlapping. So let's make corrections. The F, let's move down to D. So we solve this problem, but actually there is another overlap, that is the alto and the previous tenor. Alto is lower than the previous tenor. So we need to move this tenor down. Go to the B flat again. So in this case, we will find B flat, B flat, B flat, D. That means we omit the fifth. B, D, F. Just now we said if I have an F here, we will have overlapping. If I change this tenor to F, that we will cause parallels with the 4 and the 5. So in order not to make the mistake, we will omit the fifth. Double check the parallels again with 1 and 4. And then now check 4, 5, down, 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 up. And there's a good resolution for 5, 1. So now we solve the problem of overlapping. Let's listen to it. The third option of my soprano is putting on the fifth, then go to D, E, F. So this is C, D, E, F, sounds like F major scale endings, so la ti do. Since the bass is given, then we check the inner part. Now vertically, F, F, A, C, that's fine. B flat, D, F, all the notes are correct. C, C, E, G, and then F, F, A, C. But as we look at the horizontal line, there is a tendency of parallels when we have 4, 5 goes up, up, all the way up. So there are parallels. Octave, parallel, fifth, over here. So although we have another parallel here, I would like to solve the 4, 5 first. Let's change some of the parts to avoid consecutives. I will choose to go this up so that the B flat will go down to G downwards. Then this one also goes up. I don't want to double the third at this moment. I'll try to make this up to an F. So let's check. B flat, D, F. Now this one goes down. This one also goes down. This one goes up. So C, C, E, G. Now to avoid this consecutive, we have changed the parts. Let's listen to it. This is an example in F minor. I also have 3 choices of the soprano. The principles are the same as F major. The second choice is just make sure we check the leading note raised in minor keys. And this one, we have solved the problem of overlapping already. For the final one is the very special one, as we have the melodic minor. Because we want to avoid augmented seconds, so we have to raise the 6th note also, mi, fi, si, la. So once we change this D to D natural, the raised 6th note, then the quality of the 4 chord will change. So this becomes B flat, D, F. This is a major chord. In order to avoid parallels, we change this 5 chord to 5, 7. So this original G here, change it to B flat. So in order to avoid the F, G, B flat, C parallel fifth. So now you can enjoy, listen to these 4 parts, or you can pause the video for further analysis. Thanks for watching. If you find it helpful or interesting, please subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.